Hello everyone and welcome back for After Part 2. Now this is Act 1 of that, the first 4 stages of this act. You win the Elite Token and the World Energy when you finished Act 1. Now just for the team setup, I'm just using a few players I've won as stage rewards and also faction rewards. Now if you remember, we recently won the Morgan. The Dwight was a bit later on before that, and then Heath was a bit more before that, and then Molly was even further back before that, and then Joe Bob was a reward I got from a faction raid tournament or level up tournament, I believe. So we're just gonna get through this fairly easily. The first act is always a piece of cake. It's very hard to go wrong unless you have a really low grade team, and by low grade team I'm meaning you're in the C's and you've just started out really. If you've played this for a few weeks at least, you should be set up enough to have the players to get through this fairly comfortably. Me with my setup here, I've not actually got a leader out of these guys that have any crit skills, so I've just put Joe Bob there that has the 20% defense and attack against range players. I've just put him as the leader there, and then I'm trying to find allies. I used Glenn in the first one, which had +8 crit, and then Andrew in the second one that has +12, and then I've just gave them high crit weapons to make up for that lack of leader skill with the crit there, which will get them through this fairly comfortably. You shouldn't really need battle items in this, and you shouldn't really need to worry about your team formation in regards to setting up the right leaders and healers and things like that that you need in the later stages. Possibly in Act 2 this team might have a bit more difficult task in getting through that, especially with the people, but at the moment it's, even for an A+ team, this is fairly easy, and they're getting through it really comfortably. Now just with the people here, you got to make sure you're using your trait bonuses to get rid of them quickly. As you can see by using them, even with this A+ team, you're doing a solid amount of damage. These guys are only like tier 2, I think Molly's tier 4, the only tier 4 out of these ones, and they're doing still a solid amount of damage just purely because you're using them trait bonuses. It also helps get rid of them a lot quicker, and it's the quicker you can get rid of them, the less damage you're going to obviously cop, especially when you've got a lot of one trait in a rate, like one wave. You really want to try and get rid of them as quick as possible, because if you have the opposite trait, they can really hurt you, and that's the last thing you want. So we've just got Negan and little Carl having a bit of a fight there. Oh, he looks so little compared to the TV show. It's cute. So as you've seen, I guess, throughout these waves, you keep seeing Morgan's life still go off. It's not really relevant. He's not getting hit up too much, but that's a cool little additive. I'm not really a fan of the life steal sort of trait, but that's just purely because I've never really had trouble with people using it against me or coming up against it, and I've never really used it in a fight, so that's why I'm just not really a fan of it, because I just honestly don't know how effective it is. But this is the last wave here, and we got through that fairly easy. We had the 2 zombie stages and 2 people stages, and we used a fairly average team and got through it really comfortably. But if you are struggling, just leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.